Hi, my name's Phil. I like talking about politics and should I stream on Twitch? This is the question that I have for you all. This is going to be sort of like a subscriber type video rather than one on politics, but it's a question that's sort of come to the fore today. Let me go through a bit of background in terms of how I've done streaming. So when I started the channel way back when, a little while after it, sometime during 2019, I started streaming, but not on YouTube. Now, I'll come to why in a moment, but I started streaming on Patreon. I still do a stream on Patreon for like a group of people who prefer that style of stream. And there is a different style of stream there compared to YouTube. And then in 2022, I started streaming on YouTube as well. They're different types of stream. Now, the reason I want to stream in general is, you can do videos on political topics, as I do, as my main part of my day. And you can look at comments, you can reply to a few comments, but there's nothing quite like having a discussion about politics. I like having discussions about politics. My actual hook, hi, my name's Phil, I like talking about politics, is literally came about because it was me introducing, so why am I doing this? Then, by the way, relatively early on, I remember one time, apparently I changed the wording slightly and everyone went mental. Now, why have you changed the wording? And I thought, do the words matter? Apparently they do, so I can't now stop it. But there are other ways to stream as well. Now, when I used to have I still have a gaming channel. I actually did a video for it this week. I still keep going, I do want to keep doing it, but then it's time and all the rest of it. But anyway, so I had a gaming channel before I had this channel. And I used to stream. And I used to stream on two different formats. I used to stream on YouTube and I used to stream on Twitch, not at the same time. The reason I used to stream on both platforms, but not at the same time, is because they're for different things. Although in theory, you can stream the same thing. It's a little bit like, why don't I do content for other social media platforms? Like, why don't I just put my videos out on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram or TikTok or whatever the hell I can? And it's because, well, it's different platforms have a different vibe. And you sort of, to be successful, I think you need a different approach. So rather than just cannibalizing the stuff I do on YouTube and putting it out on those other platforms, I think if I'm going to do it on those, I did intend to do stuff on those other platforms, time. It's the same thing here. What you would do on YouTube, if streaming wise, is not necessarily what you would do on Twitch. But long story short, I was thinking, as some of you will know, I've been increasing the amount of live stream. Literally, I've gone from 2019, I was doing one Patreon stream a week. Then in 2022, I added a Saturday YouTube stream, and then there's a Wednesday evening stream just for the upper tier of members. And this year I've added in lunchtime stream on YouTube, Mondays and Fridays. So, live streaming it's really good for that discussing politics, like discussing the politics of the day. But the way I do it on YouTube, which I think sort of works on YouTube, I'm not going to claim it definitely because there's people who will get way more views than I do on streams. But it sort of seems to work for me. So that sort of style. It's not the only way to do a political discussion, though. So I have been thinking for a little while, well, Twitch, because I used to stream on Twitch and I used to stream on YouTube when I did gaming stuff, and because they're different platforms and you do it in a different way. And, would that work for politics? Now, there was a time where you couldn't use Twitch for discussing politics. It was just for gaming, and they were very strict about that. Now, not so much. You can basically go on stream whatever you like. But then something interesting. I had an email today. I get a lot of emails, I have to say, and a lot of them are scams. It's actually quite funny. You'll get loads of emails. Oh, we represent this blue chip company. I'm going, so your domain name then, that's a bit suspicious. I'm not sure that this blue chip company contacts me via Gmail or various other domain names that have got nothing to do with you, right? But this one was genuine. This was from twitch.tv. And they contacted me and they actually asked me, which is really weird because earlier this year, I was thinking, do I stream on Twitch? And if I did, because there's various questions I'll come on to as to what's stopping me at the moment, because it is something I've sort of intended to do. So someone from Twitch actually contacts me and said, hey, have you thought about streaming on Twitch? To which I replied back, holy crap, I've actually just been thinking about this. And then I sort of set out, the sort of various barriers. And they said, look, and they basically confirmed my perceptions from years ago that it is a very different style. Political commentators streaming on Twitch do it in a very different way to YouTube. So I'm thinking, so you're not actually just duplicating it. It is a very different style. They did say you can simulcast, which, I wouldn't be doing that because the way I stream on YouTube would not be the same as the way I stream on Twitch. Otherwise, not that much benefit. I suppose you might get some more views. So I was thinking about it. I thought, okay, so if Twitch are not only allowing political commentary on their platforms now, but actively trying to encourage people to do it, they actually want to bring political commentators to Twitch and are supporting people. I thought, well, actually, this might be a good chance. But here's the thing. So first of all, should I do it? Here are my issues if I were to do it, because that's now given me encouragement, like put it that way. Various questions. The first of all is a Twitch stream would be quite long. Twitch is designed for longer streams. So like when I stream on YouTube, I sort of say, right, I'm streaming at this time. That's the time I'm going out. And we're going to have half an hour or an hour streaming. And I'm going to discuss a topic at the beginning, then try and bring comments in, have a discussion towards the end, right? It's sort of semi-structured. Twitch is not like that. Twitch is like, right, we're going to stream then. And I'm just going to talk rubbish. And then other people can come and go and ask little questions and we'll get a discussion going based on what's on the chat. And it is literally more like, instead of whereas YouTube arguably is more like a press conference, like you get someone who then does a little bit of a speech and then, right, let's do some questions one at a time. Twitch is much more like a round table. It's much more like, right, discuss. What are we going to discuss? So that style of stream appeals. I wouldn't want to do it on YouTube. I'm not saying it can't work. I don't think I can make it work. But Twitch is sort of set up for that. So I have various questions about it. First of all, as I've just said, should I do it? Second of all, if you already watch, help me out here. If you already watch political commentators on Twitch, put some suggestions in the comments below. It doesn't matter whether they're left or right or American or British, or as long as it's in English. Put them in the comments below. I'll check them out because I've been checking a couple of out. I just want to sort of see how they do it. They don't have to be particularly successful. You don't have to show me the biggest ones, just ones that you think, oh, I like listening to these, so that I can just have a look at styles. Then the other question is, so I can imagine setting aside time to do a longish stream. And so naturally that would probably mean in the daytime, like the afternoon or something. But on the odd day, it could be an evening one. But that would probably just be the odd day because, work-life balance. So what sort of times, but also, so you go onto a stream. So here's my worry if I'm not like doing it in the same way as I do YouTube. It's like, okay, what should we talk about? Chat, crickets, because there's no one there, right? Which when you're starting off is what's going to happen. So because I have thought to myself, well, I used to game on Twitch. I still game now. Do I just play a game and then wait for someone to come into the chat? But then is there a problem there? That someone comes, oh, he's playing a game. Oh, no, he's talking about politics. I'm going. Or is it the other way around? People coming on for politics like he's playing a game. Why is he killing names? What's going on? So again, do I just literally sit there just chuntering to myself about what's in the news until someone comes in the chat? Or do I do something else? What are some ideas, basically? If I were to do it, what are some ideas for it? But let me know anyway. Really let me know in the comments below. Thanks for listening, and until next time, I'll see you later.